everybody, this is Susan with River Tropics. Welcome back. Today we're going to be working at getting my greenhouse all organized and sorted out. I'm going to give you a look here, and it's quite a little mess, so you'll see we have our work cut out for. So as you can see, we've got everything under the sun in here. Rototiller, barbecue, an old stove, some soil, and a bunch of other stuff. So we're going to be working today trying to get everything all cleared out and build some nice shelves in here, getting them ready. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, as you can see. Just absolutely gorgeous out. So we're going to be working all day on this. Perhaps I'll pop back in on and off and show you some of the progress. I've saved some of the stuff from last year. I'm going to be making containers with those. And got to get the lawnmower. Main thing is to get the big stuff out, and then we can start to work on some of the smaller stuff. And boxes of storage of summertime things for when my grandkids come, and all the pots have to be sorted. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Once we get it all cleared out, I'll come back on and show you how we got it cleared out and what we plan to do. This greenhouse was made up of leftover wood from this and that, some wood that Tim picked up, and those were panels that were on an old sunroom that we had got from someone that was tearing it down, so we put them in on the ceiling, and Tim used a liquid rubber around them, and it works really good, keeps it from leaking, And these were old windows out of cottages that we got for free, an old door there. So recycle, reuse, create your own little greenhouse. And if you can't use that, you can always use a heavy-duty plastic, doubled up, and that will make for a nice little greenhouse early in the spring. So we're going to get at it here, and I'll check back in with you a little later. Okay, so we got the greenhouse all cleaned out here. A little bit of stuff, but it sure looks a lot better than it did before. Got a couple of ginger plants here that I really need to transplant. They're kind of root bound right now. So anyways, my husband went ahead and he built me this beautiful shelving in here. Look at the top where you can put trays on it, and the trays fit in each between the shelving units here, so they'll sit right on there, or you can turn it this way, either or. And what I've got is 3 huge shelves here, all separated out, so you put plants that don't need as much shade at the bottom, and so on and so forth. And I got it on both sides here. Up top, what I intend to do is have, not in the center, but at each end have a few shelving units that are going to go across the top here. Just a couple of bars here and there, and I'll be doing the same on the other end up here, having them come from this beam here and having it go over to the wall. Just a couple of shelving units, and that'll be used for succulents because they really like the sun and the heat, so that's where they're going to be placed at. But everything looks like it's come together really good. Lots of space to put stuff on. And so I'm going to start bringing out the plants, and so we'll pause here, and once I start bringing out my plants and start planting, I'll pop back in. Okay, it's a beautiful day today, so I'm going to be able to do a little bit of planting out here. It's really warm inside the greenhouse right now. I am going to take this plant here, which is a variegated ginger, and that's what, as you can see right here. And I'm going to take this and transplant it into a larger pot. It's really root bound. You can see the roots on it right here. So I'm going to take the scissors and I'm going to cut these roots off at the bottom here to start with, and get them all taken out. So I'm just going to turn sideways here so you can see what I'm doing. Let me turn it around the other way. It's such a big plant to work with. I'm just going to set it down on the edge of this pot so that you can see the roots that are here. And I'm just going to take the scissors and snip them right off like this, because those there are a little bit hard to get through the holes in the bottom of the pot. Some of them have died off. As you can see, they turn kind of brown and crusty. Just no more room to grow, right? So I'm just going to give them a little push there. just to get them working through the holes a little bit. Now the challenge is going to be to get it out of the pot without hurting the plant. Oh man, this pot is really, this is really root bound in here, and I'm going to squish it a little bit, see if I can't get the pot loosened from around the edge, and then I'll turn it upside down, give it a bang, see if that'll help. If not, I might have to cut it out. It's just so, I might have to. Oh, it is coming, it's working. Just by working the edge here. Whoa. Well, you can see how root bound this really is. Now, this often will happen with your home house plants, and usually you have to come in, and it's important before you place them in your new pot to break up these roots a little bit, okay? Because just go around, take your fingers and kind of pull them down a little bit, like this. See how I'm pulling them out away? Like this. Just bring the, and pull them down so that they can start to stretch. You can imagine how good this is going to feel for the plant to be able to do that. Don't be scared to cut some off if you have to, but it's mainly so that this time of the year is when they start to really grow, and it's important to get them out. I know this is March and I got a place to do it. If you don't, like maybe, and if your weather is not good enough yet, then April's fine as well. But we're going to get this out, and we're going to give it a really good fertilizing to stimulate some more growth, the new growth. This here is a very huge plant, and it really adds texture to your garden. So I'm going to place that in there right now. And that one's all ready to go. I'm just going to fill in around the base here with some soil and let it grow. So I'll get that done right now. Quite a bit of soil left around the base here. Just fill it in. And once you get it all filled in, excuse me, getting right in the way here, got a picture of my nose, but anyway, once we get this done, take your fingers and just kind of stick them in like that around there, okay? That allows for a little bit of tightening up for the plant, so it's not going to fall over, but you're still keeping it a little bit aerated, okay? I'm going to hide in behind the plant here. Bring some more soil up. This is soil that I had from last year when I took larger plants and got rid of them, and I saved soil from last year, so it has some root stuff in it, but that will stay in there because that's going to add to giving it a little bit of as it rots away, it'll give it a little something more. So okay, that one is done. Let's get this one out of the way for the moment. So you can see it's all done, and the next thing that I want to do is prune up some of the leaves. Like I said, some of them are getting rough, and also we got some old dead on it here. I'm going to remove that, pull it right down to the bottom and snip it off. Over here we have a leaf that there doesn't look like it's going to turn into much for me, but there is a brand new one coming up there. Try to pull out the dead if you can. Now this one here, as you can see, it's a dead leaf, or it's dying I should say, so I must get rid of that right now. Continue to move around and snip out all the dead pieces that are in here, especially at the base. That comes from over the winter leaves that would turn yellow like this here. I usually kept pulling them off and getting rid of them and so I end up having a bunch of little bits along the bottom where they weren't, you know, brought in really close. I'm going to show you something on this particular one. If you look right here on this, and I'm hoping that you can see this, and a little closer, right there. That there I cut, like if I went down, I cut it off here, and another one grew out from the center, and that's what's happened here. And so then you end up having these here pieces that are up higher that you need to clip off as well. So you just keep turning it around, see if you've got most of it. This particular leaf here looks like it's got a little bit of a dried out there, so I'm going to pull it down straight to the bottom and snip it off. We've got lots of new growth coming up, so it certainly will fill in quickly. Now I'm going to call that one done for the day. Just wanted to get that done. Next, what I'll probably do with this is I'll probably give it a good watering and turn around and give it a good dose of fertilizer, and that should get it going for the spring. And then of course water and fertilize it regular. But this is I'm just going to do this. I'm going to wait 2 weeks after this before I put any more fertilizer to it. And that's that one all finished. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Here, this one's kind of really grew up high, as you can see. I don't know if I put it over here, you might be able to see how high it is. Look, right a bit there. It's very tall on this one, so I got to get another pot out and transplant this one. These are my stock plants. By the end of the summer, this will all be filled in around here, as will this one once I get it transplanted into a larger pot. It's a great plant to put in around your tropical gardens, or even just a regular garden for a backdrop. Usually puts a lot of new leaves out and they are down lower, so you get this here variegated look with the two green colors on it there. Really adds a lot of it's very striking, and it adds to the garden to give you the two colors just in one. So anyway, this here is called, to see how the exact name, variegated shell ginger, okay? And according to the tag, it can grow 4 to 8, looks like 4 to 8 feet tall, okay? And 1 to 3 feet wide. So if you're going to plant it in the ground for the summer and put it somewhere, make sure you leave it enough room to grow, okay? The more room that has to grow, the larger it will get, obviously. So planting it in the ground means it is going to get quite large. But if you want to contain it to a pot and keep it a certain size, you can do that. Not that it would get 8 feet high. I'm not sure. Maybe that's in its natural habitat. 4 feet, definitely, because this one here is 3 feet and it's been cooped up in the house all winter. So I'm guessing once it gets in a new pot and outside, definitely going to get between 4 and 5 feet. So that is your shell ginger, and I'm going to go see if I can't find something else that we can plant here today. Thank you all for popping in and seeing my little work on my greenhouse. Still some more work to be done, but there'll be lots of videos on different types of plantings this year. So do pop back, okay? And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I got an upcoming video on, got to go up to Lowland Gardens and take a quick walk through, and Michael Vanderhook was very kind enough to walk along with me and talk about what they're working on up there. So that's coming up after this video, and of course after seeing my little greenhouse and then seeing theirs, what a difference. Anywho, thank you very much for popping in. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you again.